Hey guys, what's up? This is Kim, a software engineer in Japan, and welcome back to another video. Continuing from the previous vlog, I've been working on my microservices project again, but today wasn't really about building something big. Today is about something I googled. The thing I was looking into today was the difference between YAML extensions like .yml and .yaml. It's kind of funny because this wasn't something I planned today. I was just starting to write some configuration files, for Kubernetes and stuff. And then I suddenly noticed, wait, sometimes it's .yml and sometimes it's .yaml. And I realized I didn't actually know the difference. At first, I thought maybe there was some technical difference, like maybe one is for something and one is for another, or maybe there is some kind of version difference. But yeah, it turns out that's not really the case. So I started looking it up, and what I found was actually pretty simple. Basically, they are exactly the same format. There is no difference in how they work. The only real difference is file extension, and the reason why both exist is kind of historical. Apparently, back in the day, some systems only supported file extension with up to 3 characters. So instead of using .yaml, people started using .yml. And even though that limitation doesn't really matter anymore, .yml just stayed alone. So now both are used depending on the project or preference. So yeah, technically speaking, there is no strong reason to choose one over the other. But then I started thinking, okay, so what should I use in my project? And this is something I've been realized more recently. Even when I no, even there is no correct answer, consistency matters a lot. So I decided to just standardize or whatever everything to .yaml, not because it's better, but just to keep things clean. I think in real projects, this kind of decision happens all the time. There are a lot of small choices where technically it doesn't matter that much. But if you mix styles, it becomes harder to read and maintain later. So, yeah, today was one of those days where I didn't really build a feature, but I clarified something small. And I kind of like these moments because at first it feels like I'm wasting time on something so small, but later I realize no, this is actually part of understanding the system, especially when working with tools like Kubernetes. There are so many small pieces, configuration files, naming rules, file structures, and if I don't understand even the small things, I feel like I'll get confused later when things get more complex. So, yeah, today was more about slowing down and understanding some random topics I faced with. I also noticed something about my learning styles. When I run into a small question like this, I tend to go deeper than I expected. Like, I just wanted to know which extension to use, but then I ended up reading about history, conventions, and how people actually use it in real project. And I think that's actually a good thing, even if it feels a bit inefficient sometimes, because later those small pieces start connecting, I believe. So yeah, nothing super exciting today, but I feel I clean up one small part of my understanding. Tomorrow I wanna move forward again. I've been saying this for a while, but I really want to dive in Kubernetes more deeply. Honestly, I still don't fully understand it. Like, I know the basic idea, but when I actually try to use it, it still feels kind of abstract. So, yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll start actually applying it to my services, even if it's messy. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.